What I give my clients is passion. Passion to communicate the masterpiece that they were truly created to be. So what is passion? Passion is like the fuel in your tank that starts you up and it keeps you going all the way to the end. You can't stop it. You're just passionate about it. Because it's all about being extraordinarily you in all aspects of your life, relationships, business, and also obviously how you dress. And that's obviously something that I have framed my whole business, the Extraordinarily You business, around, and that's dressing. That's something I've done now for 35 years, and it's something that I enjoy every day, in dressing people the masterpiece that they were created to be. The one thing I found is that not too many people know what their masterpiece is, and that's the reason for my book. Because I help people to kind of go inside and to really look at their heart and what they're passionate about. I bring out the passions in people. And that's the thing I love to do. Because some of them don't really realize that, wow, I really like doing that. You know? Or I really like dressing that way. I really like that color on me. But I want to talk just a second on dress language. Everybody knows Princess Diana, right? Everybody knew Princess Diana. Princess Diana, the picture that comes into your mind right now of Princess Diana is what? It's beauty, right? She had class. Everything she ever put on was class. But what a lot of people don't know is that she had a team of people every day that she consulted with on what is it that I want to communicate today? What is it that I want to communicate whether I say a word or not? When I walk into a room, what is it that I want to communicate to that crowd, to that group, and to that setting? And that's exactly what they would do, is they would go into the closet. She would say, I'm going to this function, I'm going to this charity deal, I'm going here, I'm traveling here. And they would consult her on what she should wear based on what she wanted to communicate. And what I call that in my book is dress language. It's adapting yourself. Everybody's heard of when in Rome, dress like the Romans. That's what that's all about. And the one thing I would ask you is that if you guys have met some new people, right? Met some new people here tonight, which is really cool. What is the picture? My question to you is, what is the picture that you want people to remember you by? Are you communicating tonight exactly what you want people to remember? So tomorrow, when you're like, oh, because I was just talking to Barbara just a little bit ago, and we were talking about, well, what would be something good to wear? Should I wear this color or wear this color? And I asked her that question. I asked her, well, what is it that you want to communicate? When people think of Barbara tomorrow, what's that little snapshot that you want them to remember? Is it this? Is it colorful? Is it sophisticated? Is it the bomb? What is it that you want to remember? And I experienced this when I was 19 and I first started this business. I was 19, but I looked like I was 16. I had pimples. I'm 5'6", 6'5", one of those. High voice, and I was young. But the one thing is I wanted to work with the top people. Well, for them to see me and to take me serious, I had to dress a way that didn't make me look like I was 16. I needed to look like I was 17. I needed to look like I was a little bit older, right? So I didn't dress in colors that would make me look like I was a punk or a kid, because I was going to ask them for money somewhere along the lines in that presentation. And I wanted them to trust me that I was going to either make them something or that I would at least return, with something. If not, their money back, So it's funny how I learned to dress a way that communicated that I'm in here for the long haul. I'm in this because I'm serious. I'm passionate about dressing people and bringing out the masterpiece that they were created to be. And it was funny that I had probably been in business a couple years and I had great relationships with these people. And I will never forget, this guy asked me, he goes, "So Rod, did your family, were you raised in this business? Did you your dad was this clothing guy and you grew up in it?" I said, "No, my dad was a shoe cobbler." He goes, "Well, where's your store?" I said, "In my car," because I worked out of the back of my car. What I communicated to him is that I was the real deal. And the only way that I was able to do that was through my passion about wanting to take care of him and also the way I dressed. And like I said, that's what I call dress language. And it's in all aspects of life. Yesterday, I went to this big fashion show down in San Diego, and this gentleman came up to me. He goes, "You're Rod Baker, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, I am." He goes, "I knew it." He goes, "We're doing a story on you in the Discovery Rancho Santa Fe magazine." And he goes, "I'm looking at your clothes." And he goes, "I didn't know that it was you. I haven't seen your picture." He says, "But I knew that had to be you." So what I was wearing yesterday communicated exactly what I wanted to communicate that whole day, that I am in the clothing business and this is what I do. And you know what? That's the one thing that I want to leave you with. If what you're wearing right now is not the picture of what you want people to remember you by, the great part is you can fix that. The great part is that you can find that, and it's all about going inside to really look at what do I like and what does communicate my passions and what does communicate who I am. I always use the line, you never know when you're going to meet that one person who could change your life forever. Believe it or not, it could be tonight. You don't know. It could be tonight. Also, you never know when you're going to meet that one person who you could change their life forever. It could be tonight. So what I always say is always be extraordinarily you.
Rod is amazing. I think there's nobody out there who doesn't like Rod. It's impossible that you don't like Rod, okay? When he speaks, he is passionate. He opens his heart immediately because actually his heart is always open for people and he wants to bring out the best of them.
Rod is great. I love Rod's events. Rod is a life coach, I think, truly at heart. He can tell you what works best for you and what does not work best for you. Rod is a great person and he has a great personality. Rod is extraordinarily you.
I am Rod's #1 fan. One of the top reasons why I love Rod is that he is here for the greater good. He's here for us and he's here for the climate. He is all about passion in our mind, body, and soul and how we can better ourselves and feel great about ourselves in our everyday lives and how we can improve ourselves and our relationships and communications with everyone and everything that we do, from the things that we touch, from the things that we see, from the people that we communicate to, and the things that we wear.
Rod is a great guy. I've known him for 3 years. He's amazing. He's inspirational to me. Great guy. If you haven't read his book, you should definitely read it. A lot of inspirational quotes. There's so much about him in this book that will inspire everyone like it inspired me.
Rod is so good, and he has inspired me in so many levels. This evening, he inspired me because not only do I know Rod from dressing and impressing clients, he dresses and inspires everyone just by the way he dresses.
He's living what he's talking about. And if you take Rod as a speaker, if you bring Rod in your team as a trainer for sales or making a difference in the world outside, it's the best choice what you can do.
Rod, I love you and be extraordinarily you.